gonna have to take a shower after this episode. What's up, you guys? It's your girl Jasmine, and we are back with another episode of It's Just Foreplay. Sorry about the little hiatus, guys, but I had to take me a little break, a little mental break, but now we're back. So today's guest speaker is a dance partner of mine that I met in JV's cardio jam class. Make sure y'all check him out. And I love this young lady because she's just as open and free as me. And who doesn't love that? So please help me welcome the lovely Ms Jourdan.
Hi.
Hey, boo.
Oh, my hair does look crazy. Okay, girl, we're ready.
What you sipping on over there?
It is a cider from Urban Tree. So
okay.
So it's an Atlanta-based cider. They are the official cider for the Atlanta Braves. So just, shameless plug there. It's a great place.
Shameless plug. So today's episode title is called Sex Rumors, where we basically will be discussing different sex rumors we've heard either while in our childhood or growing up as an adult. And basically we're here to confirm if it's fact or cap.
Or cap.
Or cap. Because some of it, let's just go ahead and jump into it because we got a list for y'all. So,
we got
yeah. So let's go ahead and start with our quick little icebreaker, which is a this or that game, just to kind of, break the ice a little bit, break the nerves, because, I ain't did this in a minute, so I'm a little nervous too. So, let's have a little fun. You ready, Jourdan?
I'm always ready.
So the first one. No sex or no head for a year. She was already like, woo, child.
Lord, I would have to say no sex. I would do head over sex. Yes, because these niggas don't know what they're doing. I'm kidding. But that's energy. That's like sweating and having you have to prepare your day to have sex. I'm okay. I'll get some.
If I had to choose, because I'm not gonna lie. I just recently tapped into my bisexual side. Mm-hmm. So I'm learning more of my body when it comes to that. And when it comes to men, I don't want to shoot myself in the foot. I don't really require it sometimes because I get off more on penetration.
Okay.
And like you said, some men don't know what they're doing. Both ways. Providing dick and providing head. So my recent situation is really probably top notch. Like I actually came off of head with him multiple times. So I'm gonna have to say, I'm gonna low-key have to say no sex. I mean, no head for a year. She's like, it's just, I don't know. If I had to choose, but yeah.
We'll agree to disagree because.
Right. So, next one.
Okay.
Do you know what the term vanilla is?
Yes.
Okay. And for those that don't know, who didn't tune into my kink episode, which was the previous episode, vanilla is yeah. Go back and watch. It's basically just in a nutshell, boring sex. Boring ass, regular degular ass sex. So vanilla sex with a fine ass man or steamy, kinky, hot sex with an unattractive mate.
It has to be vanilla. I don't even get wet if I'm not attracted to you. So
me neither.
So we just gonna be sitting there. You trying to? Nah, I'll do the unattractive vanilla. Now, if you were saying for the rest of my life, nah, I'll take that.
For one time type of thing.
Yeah.
What you gonna go with?
I'm gonna go with the hot guy.
The hot guy.
Yep, that's the.
Yeah. So I've been told in the past that some of the men that I've been attracted to is not attractive to other people. For example, my little, I wouldn't say high school crush, but like middle school, high school crush. How old was I when T-Pain came out? I think I was like 13, 14. When I'm gonna buy you a drink.
I'm
When did
not
that come out?
no,
So I had a crush on T-Pain, Lil Jon. I don't know. I think it was the dreads. I don't know what the hell I was attracted to,
it was the locks. It was
but
locks.
it had to be the locks.
The mannishness. They're really
Yeah. So
Miami.
but unattractive basically is what's unattractive to me. What's a complete turn off to me. So I'm gonna have to go with the vanilla sexes.
Yeah, it has to be vanilla.
Yeah.
Like, no.
Fuck it. Just fuck it. Next and last icebreaker. This or that. Goatee, mustache, or beard?
Beard.
Yes. Same.
With
Same.
the connection.
Same, sis. I'm telling you.
Fix
They
it.
know. Huh?
Fix it.
That's hey.
Okay. Mercy.
So we're gonna go ahead and jump right into the sex rumors. And these sex rumors I collected on some of like my behalf, stuff I've heard growing up or in my adulthood. I also got some suggestions and ideas from friends, some family that's willing to share. And a lot of these rumors I've heard, and I was like, oh yeah, I remember hearing about this. So y'all gonna hear them once we get into it.
Yep,
So let's jump into the first one. Semen is good for your skin.
Okay. So I don't know if we did the whole, letting people know, but I worked for one of the most lucrative sex stores in this state. I can't say the name, of course, because they have their own law stuff that they have to abide by. But
Of course,
we get every single thing you can imagine comes through the store. Every single ridiculous questions, and we go through.
yeah.
We go through the process of like testing it for the clients. So based off science, there is no scientific proof that says that. However, I've had a couple of semen facials and my face felt clear. So
very clear.
Meticulous. So based off science, no, there is no proof. And now ingesting, well, that's a different story. Anyway, carry on.
Carry on. Yeah, I've heard just growing up in general, from childhood all the way up until adult life. I didn't confirm if, like you said, scientifically there's no proof, but damn, I wish I had something to drink right now. 'Cause I've been like, But yeah, as far as my just throughout my life, I've what's the word I'm looking for? It's a fact for me that semen is good for the skin. Not all semen is
Not
good for the
all
skin.
semen, Lord, fix it. All right, now if you are smelling, never mind.
No. Go ahead and say it. I'd hate to hear it, but go ahead and say it.
Water, everyone's friend. Water, vegetables, exercise, because
Chlorophyll.
because what you eat comes directly out of all of your, excrete, the things that excrete. Ooh,
Yeah.
I'm like an idiot when that comes out. Anyway, so your sweat produces specific smells. Your pee, your defecation, your semen, anything that comes out of your body is going to have a certain smell. With that, the nutritional value of whatever you consume will also be a part of that smell.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're not nutritious or healthy, or I doubt that there would be any type of nutritional value to your semen.
Mm-hmm.
So and a lot of men, they drink whiskey as water. And they think vegetables is weed. So
I'm dead. I mean, you stating straight facts here. I mean, everybody does not have a healthy diet.
Right, including myself.
Some people eating, I mean, sometimes we slip here and there, but we know what's right and what's wrong. But some of these people just be eating Takis for breakfast and
I'll be brushing their teeth. There's
God, like
there's about 4 years on your teeth. Why?
Why? I feel like you about to cry. Why? But yes, and that goes for both male and female. Like
Mhm.
some of y'all females, y'all be wanting these niggas to go down, and y'all don't drink an ounce of water. Y'all
No.
don't eat your fruits, your vegetables, and Jesus Christ.
Yes, and all of that matters. I don't know, if it really matters to the healthiness of your facial, but it definitely matters to the just overall enjoying of the whole thing.
Yes.
Because
All right. You don't want to have smelly cum
Mhm.
on his privates.
You'll
So
never hear from me again.
right. So yeah. Just not to gear off topic, but have you ever experienced
Yes,
um
yes, yes.
uh mm, yeah, that's it's a horrible
Hear
flashback.
from me again.
Oh God.
You
I
know
have
what?
never
Bread.
so my sexual preference is bisexual. So I have never actually I never experienced that with a female. Thank
Praise them.
God. But with a male I have experienced, and that was when I was much younger, like 20. I think I was 20. Never again. He hits me up all the time. No.
No,
No.
that one. I don't even answer to this. Like some of them are in my request folder on because I'm not. You're not even my friend on this bitch. Like,
Damn. You have no access.
no.
Access denied.
Here's my thing about that. Like, I'm a Virgo. We're
Mhm.
very meticulous with our time, right? If I have taken my time to invite you into my space after whatever, if I was asking you or asking, we were whatever, this was pending, and I've invited you into this space, and you don't take the common decency to make sure you don't taste like battery acid, we're done. This isn't happening.
The
And,
battery
and so because I've dealt with that, I'm like, okay, you're just gonna sit here and request, and I'm gonna be okay with that.
is.
And you're gonna be okay with it at some point.
You're gonna have to.
It's thanks for the experience. Now I know.
Thanks, no thanks.
Moving
Ugh. Anyways, moving right along.
on.
Next one, men don't like their ass played with or
Lie,
their gooch area.
lie, myth,
Cat,
cut the cap.
you know
I,
what? Where my little cat back? I should have had me a little hat.
this is an idea that has been pushed by masculinity. Like I personally enjoy when guys want to experiment
Yeah.
to an extent. I
Yeah.
have everyone has their limits. I'm not pegging you, but um a lot of the straighter men that come into the store, they do buy butt plugs, they do buy gooch stimulators, like those are a lot of our toys are specific to male pleasure. That's how it's been
Hmm.
for years. We just started dabbling into women's pleasure. So yeah, there's a lot of anal things for men that, ranges from creams and stimulating stuff all the way down to plugs, dildos, all of that. So you would be remiss to think that only a certain population of men would even touch that. That's cap. It's a big cap.
Yeah.
Everyone likes a finger in their butt.
Including me. A little tongue, a little thumb, a little, something. Um, but I will say I've recently tried licking the gooch and going on further down
I'm proud.
here recently, and I've had actually a great response to it. Whether it was now he didn't verbally say it that he likes it, but
Right.
every
He knows
time he'd be like, "You got to
it.
top last time. You got to." I'm like, "Oh,
Oh,
mm,
period.
hmm."
Uh-huh.
So but I actually I don't do it all the time, so it's like a special treatment. So if you acting up, you ain't getting it. But
Right. And then back to our previous conversation.
hygiene's
I'm not putting my anyway.
right.
I,
Nigga, go wash your ass.
armpit bubbles. Armpit bubbles. Uh,
Yeah.
but that is a misnomer. It is a large population of straight men. And I think it's kind of sad that straight men, especially,
Hmm.
talk to gay men, that's not my population of men, but straight men have put themselves in such a sexual box that they are not willing to experience. And I'm not talking about, go out and get a butt plug, but
Yeah.
let her do her thing down
Ease,
there.
but also ease into it though. It's
Right.
it's not it's not. I don't want to say the word, but it's not G.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? It's not. Now that's what the misinterpretation of it is, that they just feel like it's just taking a manhood away. It's not.
Right. Hypermasculinity.
If it's between a male and a female, it's not.
Right.
Now,
A lot
other
of things that your body can do that you have yet to experience because you're so concerned. And this is the funny thing about the concern for me is, who are you trying to impress? Because they not in that room, you and her in that room. So who?
your homeboy's not in there.
And let me know if you pillow talking to your homeboys. Come on, bro. Like, ain't nobody like.
Ain't nobody gonna know but us.
Man, I'm telling you. I guess it's the whole, the breakup toxicity there. It's like, oh yeah,
Yeah, true.
But and that goes on women's too. Like, mind your business.
Mind your damn motherfucking business, bitch.
Like, you are killing your ability to enjoy things by going on these stupid.
Cause I noticed when I first did it, and when my I think I said in the previous episode, my mother was informing me on what to do, how to do it, how to ease into it, because I was extremely nervous, but I wanted to try something new with him and just, see what happens. I didn't want to get, pop. So she said, you got to ease into it.
Yep.
So I did it. And, I noticed he got like his dick just, it was already hard, but it just seemed like it just got
like,
I was like, damn.
Yeah, it's their fight. And half the men out here claiming this hypermasculinity have never had that stimulated. And I feel like they wouldn't be such assholes and looking for, everyone needs to be in a role and all this stuff. If they would lean back and let her put your legs up, baby.
I'm sorry, because I seen that on the TV show before, and I died when I seen that. But because I low key want to ask him, am I the first person to try this on you? Because like I'm telling you, like he fucked the shit out of me afterwards. And that was just a gooch. That wasn't even the ass yet.
I love that for you. I love that for you.
Shit. Give me all. I'm gonna have to take a shower after this episode. But yeah, so it's something, like I said, it's not an everyday thing. It's something that trust and believe. I have my moments where I just want to be spicy and freaky deaky, and sometimes that's more than normal. So yeah, but I feel like it's indeed capped. And if it is something that your man that you think he's not going to enjoy, maybe he's been in jail or just straight, just one of those what do you call it? Not hard-headed, but just like closed-minded people.
Yes.
If you just feel like it's not gonna happen, just find some way to educate him. Just hey, give him It's Just Foreplay podcast. Tell him to tune in. Or go visit Jordan.
No. Yes.
I can't say where though, but
take a little gander down Chester Road.
So the next one, and this is dipping back into the first one we discussed with the semen. Vagina juice enhances and moisturizes a man's beard. That's why I asked you in that icebreaker.
Okay. Listen up, young people.
Young tenders.
Any type of fluid on hair is going to stimulate hair. It is going to moisturize it, regardless of if it's water, aloe vera juice, what is the other one? Coconut water, pussy juice. All of that is a moisturizer because it's bad. The body is 90-something% water, so it is liquid based, and you are going to get a moisturization. Now, growing, I don't know. That's all a genetic thing.
Yeah. You took the words right out of my mouth.
Genetics.
Because I know somebody that eat the hell out of some coochie, and he missing a couple of spots. So it's like he in Texas.
Oh damn. Okay.
Yeah, sorry, sis. But it is definitely genetic. With the certain parts of the if it's not fully robust, but they have different products that they sell to help with that. So but yes, I feel like it's definitely a fact.
That is a fact. It is,
especially Jazzy's juice.
We have lube. Never mind.
I'm gonna bottle it up and sell it.
But I just want to put that out as like, just pay attention to that, because it's the same thing when it comes to semen. Men are, specifically when you drink more water, you are also 90-something% water. So moisturization is going to come from anything that has a water base.
Absolutely.
Now, the only time that I know that that's not factual is if you use a silicone-based lube. Because silicone,
I've never,
it's, and I would never tell, especially women of color, but women in general, don't put silicone in your vagina. It's not really productive for the natural everything down there. But silicone is not like oils. It closes up things. I sometimes put silicone lube in my hair after I do a press to keep it from frizzing up, because if you look at the inactive ingredients in most hair products and, well, heating hair products, and silicone is the same. So if you're using lube, just be forewarned, you will not get a good moisturization. So.
What Riri say? I never had to use lip gloss on it, so I didn't even. So it's like I never had to, hey, thank God.
That being said, do not knock a good lube. Do not knock a good lube.
Who was that? Kevin Gates. I think he said he used when he does. I think he was talking about anal play. I can't remember. But I think he said he used coconut oil. So anything that's from the earth is natural, like natural lube. Oh, she got props. What you got?
Sliquid.
Ooh.
Sliquid
is sassy?
Yes, this is Sassy. It's one of their thicker products. Sliquid is a completely natural base lube, except for their spark and silicone. Other silicone lubes, but this is literally, if it's thicker, it's going to be aloe vera and water based. If it's thinner, it's going to be water based. It is the most organic, and I push this to everyone, especially if you have vaginal issues.
Yeah.
I got props.
Yeah, they got props. Not props. They got different things. I said you got props, but they definitely have resources out there. So don't be embarrassed or ashamed. Just don't use the wrong products, because that shit gonna really fuck you up. So yeah, so get a little education here. I like that. I like that. Next one. Now this one I didn't even know, but I read this to someone and they was like, "Oh yeah, that's fat." I was like, "Wow, okay." So head makes men's dick grow, and they said basically your mouth can be a penis pump.
Okay, let me explain the workings of a penis pump. Yes, it does cause blood to accumulate in that area. At the base of a penis pump usually has a cock ring. That cock ring keeps the blood within that area. Your mouth does not have a cock ring. There's nothing to keep the blood there. So yes, will it get them hard? Absolutely. And it's natural stimulation, so they would love that. It's not going to make it bigger. There's very few things that are going to make it bigger. Most of it is surgery based. There's no, you got what you got.
You right? What more do you want from me?
I can't. I'm not.
Yeah, because when they was like, "Oh, that's a fact," I was like, "The fuck." I didn't want to. I just immediately thought in my head, I'm like, then.
So science. Let's be no, that is not a thing. That is a huge cap. Even penis pumps do not maintain a larger size. Whole thing. After a while, the blood is going to dissipate. It's not going to stay there. If it does, you will be in the hospital. Science.
Yeah.
So that is a cap.
Science is a boy. Well, that's so we confirmed it. So far we have fact with the semen. Men don't like their ass played with. We have cap. Vagina juice enhances and moisturizes a beard. Well, moisturize, fact. Head makes men's dick grow. That's cap. Next one. Doggy style makes the ass bigger.
I'm gonna like start off with this one. What you think?
Me? So I always heard anal sex helps the ass grow. That's what I always heard growing up. But when I accidentally tried anal sex when I was younger, when it accidentally slipped into the wrong hole,
Oh,
I was like, oh, never again.
never.
Never.
Right.
So yeah, I would never know.
Um, I'm
But
gonna call Kat, and I
yeah,
don't. Not a conversation we've had at the store, but what I will say is there are very few ways to enlarge muscles. Most of
yeah,
them involve actual workout. Now,
yes,
most positions based off of Kama Sutra and yoga, they are muscle in they are muscle enhancers based off what you'll get stronger arms if you're in doggy style. You're gonna like
yeah,
it's an exercise.
yeah,
Um, you would have to be having sex for like 4 to 6 hours every day for
yeah,
6-8 months for your
yeah.
to get BBL size
Right.
from getting it done in the ass, whether it's in the actual ass cheek or inside of your vagina, because those are considerably lateral. I think that might be the wrong word, but lateral squats. So you are on your hands and knees and doing a squat.
Yeah.
It's not enough weight on there in order to build a muscle. Now, what does happen that I've noticed from some of my gay men is that is that their body structure arches now. So instead of how most men kind of sink their butt in, they're now arching their back like women do, and so that gives the appearance of them having a larger butt. But it's still, muscles are only formed and deformed in one way, and that's exercise.
Because that's why that's where I got not the idea, but that's where it came from, because most of the gay men I see got that ass. I'm like, damn.
And that thing, and
So
I can assure you, they are not fucking that frequently. I can assure you that, because the prep work and the healing time and the
healing.
I'm serious, because we've all been there. Well, you had a little slip, and that shit does not get better overnight. Like, you don't.
No, it do not.
It's not.
Maybe I'll be sitting in Epsom salt soaking in the bathtub for like 3 days.
I'm telling you,
Especially if it's
dealing with like
abnormal.
if you're dealing with the. So I definitely say the posture is what now is giving the appearance of a larger. But that's the same if a woman is walking around pushing her back. Like it's the only way you are going to be like. I can give the hoes, the actual prostitutes, I'll give them that. That's probably how they grew their ass, because they are repetitively doing those exercises. But and if you like being on top with your feet on the bed, you're doing a squat.
Yeah.
So you would be getting, but
I would never know. My knees ain't that great.
My knees and look, I'm a big girl.
Hey, shout out to the big girls. Oh wait, one time for the big girls, one time for the hey.
So
Don't be having me show out on here. I just got back.
I'm gonna say I'm not gonna say it's a cap.
It's like in between. Yeah. Because it definitely is a muscle. And I talked about this. The person that told me this, we talked about it. And she said the woman that told her or was telling her about it, she said she clenches her ass cheeks, and like when she's doing stuff, washing dishes, brushing her teeth, like she does it throughout the day to help firmly grow it. Because they always thought she had a BBL. She was like, no, she's Jamaican. She was like, no, honey, whatever. I was like, wow. So it's basically just a muscle that you have to work. So
and I will definitely say, if she's consistently engaging that muscle, is what's giving you the results. It's not the same. A lot of sex you would have to do in that same position in order to get those results.
It's a lot of sex. All right. So moving right along. So we're gonna deem that as if like in between.
Yeah.
Next one. Having sex on your cycle makes a man possessive over you.
Okay, so there's a couple of different ways you can approach this and where your belief system sits. Okay, so the women's cycle follows a moon cycle. That's how it's supposed to be. Of course, we have the irregularities that happen now, but that's why your cycle is only supposed to be 28 days, because it follows the moon cycle. there are cultures that believe that because it uses the energy from the moon, that it does use magical powers, or mystical powers, or what's the word I want to use? Manifestation powers, of where it can create, or what they call sex magic, and it can create more intense bonds. Sex in and of itself is going to create intense bonds.
Yeah.
Being comfortable enough with somebody in order to have sex with them on your period is an intense bond. I don't know many men nowadays that are just going to go put it in there. That's not a thing. It used to be a thing. It's not a thing. So you're gonna be with a person who, yeah, I don't. That's not happening. That's not happening. But because of that, because of the historical ideals about sex magic, and how some covens decided that they're going to use the energy of the moon and your cycle and all that to manifest and keep and all that stuff. That's where that probably originated from. And where your beliefs sit is where that's going to be. Sex magic is a thing that people still practice. Using red salt, black salt, it's a thing.
Yeah.
Take your ass down to New Orleans, you will see. But what I will say is, the idea of being comfortable enough with somebody in order to have sex with them on the period, the man being enough to have menses on him, it's not blood. It is not blood. She's bleeding. It's not blood. It is the lining of your cervix. So
yeah,
that's not only blood. But in order to be comfortable, I would say that is what creates that idea of the bond or the attachment, because you are doing something very intimate, and you're doing it in a time where it's like, most people don't do this. So you make a conscious decision in order to want to do somebody. So that's where I think, and because it has a historical, background.
I never knew that. Or I never thought that depth into it.
Yeah.
So that's interesting.
It's probably what causes people to think like putting and that is a thing that they did in witchcraft, where they put their mincy blood in food, and it would manifest the staying of a person. So it is something that happened and was practiced, and is in some places still practiced. I personally think it's disgusting, but it is in fact practiced. But it's not proven. And I think because people already get that bond when they're having sex, period, but then you're comfortable enough to have sex with somebody, it just kind of links it without people actually knowing.
That's interesting, because I've heard, and trust and believe, fellas, I have never did this. Never. I barely know how to cook, so this is not something I do. But I've heard that some women would take, I don't know how they get it, but they will take their period blood and mix it in foods like spaghetti, stuff that has like red. Yeah. So I heard some women do that to try, not to trap a man, but to keep him like
obsessed.
Yeah. So when I heard, this is one that I've heard before, and this having sex on your cycle makes a man possessive. So I've heard this before, and it was correlated with that one. So I'm like, that's what made me think it was a fact, because I was like, ugh,
Now, what I will say is, it's not a fact.
Yeah.
We can't speak for anything that happened in the past, but this was something that was practiced in the past.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what the statistics of people still practicing sex and blood magic now. And I use those terms because that is going to be the most, they're not going to call it blood magic. They're not going to call it sex magic. They're going to have their own terminology for it, but that's what, our population sees that stuff as. And it was practiced. I'm going to assume that it worked in some capacity, because we have those rumors now. And nothing really becomes a rumor unless there's some fact to it. So I'm going to assume back in the time where they're doing Salem witch trials, or they're doing this, or they're doing that, like, okay, that might have been something that was practiced. However, I don't see, some people might be doing that now. It's not something I would ever do.
I had one guy. I don't know about any other woman, but I have the worst pain when I'm on mine, so I wouldn't even enjoy it. It would basically be for his pleasure. I don't know how. I guess
don't touch me, I'll kill you.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
So He wanted to, but I had like a heating pad. I'm like, no, I can't. I can't even.
They will never find you.
I cannot even imagine doing that. It's just
They will never find your body.
so yeah, nah, it's a no for me. But I feel that is. I feel like that's kind of.
I don't know whether to say it's cap or not.
I kind of leaning towards cap, but I feel like it's low key like in between a little bit, just a little bit.
Because
But I'm gearing more towards cap.
And there are people who will say they see that magic in their actions. So I can't knock it because your perspective is your reality.
Yeah.
But what I will say is there's no scientific proof. Oh, and then there's also the hormonal thing. Like you are creating hormones that are created in, childbearing and all that stuff. So
yeah.
Cool. But no scientific fact. I don't think there's any doctors researching what period spaghetti does to people. So, we're gonna put that in the ambiguous category.
Right. All right. This one is probably just going to be easy to call out. Mm-hmm. A man with big feet has a big dick.
That's cap.
Cap. Straight cap.
It's cap. There's cap.
There's no other way to put it because
there's no, and this goes back to science as well. Telling you, like A and P, A and P. There is no physical markers besides the actual prints that will prove that this person has a larger dick or a smaller dick. There is no
gray pants will definitely confirm for you.
But other than that, there are no physical markers because them skinny ass niggas, they be having fun, whereas them thick guys be having the peepees. So, and then there are some bodybuilders with the peepees, but there are some bodybuilders. So there is no scientific A&P type thing that will tell you, hey, you're gonna have big dick. Now, but what I will say is, ladies and fellas, whoever wants to get them pictures first. Get the pictures first.
Right.
Look at me. Because what you don't want is to get in there and be
say if you do get in there and it's not a size that you are, because I feel like me, I'm not gonna say size doesn't matter, but I'm able to help get myself out. I know how to get myself to my romantic peak. So it's not an issue for me. Hey, I will definitely pull out a toy while you doing something, I know how to make myself get there.
We're gonna make this work.
It may not be fully, but it's something. I'm not wasting my time.
But that's also why people need to educate themselves more about sex, because there are positions that are completely made for people with smaller penises. You are not gonna have her ride your dick. Please don't get mad when she said it can't stay in. Don't do that.
Exactly. Oh my god.
You're doing it to yourself, bro. You're doing
right. Just Don't even try it. Don't. I mean, she can ride your face, but not,
yourself. But hitting it from the back, or if she's on her stomach, those positions are made so that you can access that
the G spot. Yes.
So because of that, there are men with I had my share. They don't have big penises, but I came.
Yeah.
Because you did what you were supposed to do. Now, do I prefer it? No.
Came and did what he was supposed to do.
Right.
He understood the assignment.
No. Do most? No. But work with your advantages. Educate yourself because what you got. Don't be mad on what you get on top of.
And what? Hold on. What comedian was that? What she said? I think it was Simone. She was like the dick just got small on the way to your house. On the way to my house. Like you knew that. What she say? You knew this dick was on the bone.
They be talking about, she loose, nigga.
Oh, speaking of loose, let's get to the next one. Okay. Women who have too much sex have no walls.
Cap.
Straight cap.
Let me explain to you. So we're going back to science again. You're going back to science.
I'm gonna fall out every time.
All right. So the woman's vagina is the only organ that is a self-regulating organ.
Yes.
Why is this? Because it is an internal organ that has access to external use. It self-regulates smell. It self-regulates levels. The size of it, everything. Mm-hmm. There are people who are heavier set that have wider pussies. It's just a thing. Another thing is that the more aroused a woman becomes, the less constricting that muscle becomes. It's just like if you take a muscle relaxer. It's just to loosen. That's how that works. So there is not any scientific proof that she throwing it back on whoever she wants to is making her loose. That's not a thing. That muscle repairs itself better than any other muscle. You could be in physical therapy for over a year and the vagina is still going to heal better than whatever muscle that is. That's how it was created, or if you believe in Big Bang, that is how it evolved.
Exactly.
So we're gonna right now. So that goes back to our conversation before. You knew.
You knew. So don't try to blame her walls for your little ass dick. You knew.
But even for men who have larger dicks and they're like, oh well, it didn't feel like blah blah blah. Maybe she actually likes having sex with you.
You can't, but men with big dicks also, you can't just go in.
Mm-hmm.
You can't. You have to get your woman to that arousal. Like you can't just go in full throttle and thinking she's gonna come or think,
it's a lie. It's a lie. She's not enjoying that. Those screams are pain. She's in pain.
She's in very much pain.
She's in pain. So,
and if she don't scream, it's because she's trying to satisfy you or whatever. But it hurt. That shit hurts.
And I just really love it because that conversation is always a group of men talking about it. And unless you're trans, none of y'all got a pussy. So I'm just trying to understand when men can, start mansplaining pussy stuff.
Exactly.
But
or making laws about it, but that's a different topic for a different day.
Lord. But what I will say is take women who have had children.
Yes.
The men who are with them still, they have always reported there is no marked difference between, there's, it's a little bit different, but it's not, oh my God, she ain't got no wall. She puts the human out. Like a head.
Yeah.
A couple of inches. And they're not.
A couple.
So that, whether it's coming out or going in, that is a misnomer. That is not facts. There are. What are you doing?
Huh?
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Made her not either be not aroused or too aroused or
because that's another one that somebody else mentioned, that multiple natural births can stretch their coochie. Impossible.
It's not a thing.
Yeah.
It is a self-regulating, self-healing organ. And actually natural births are more likely to not stretch it because they still have full control of those organs. So when you do epidural, you are off your ability to control all of the organs underneath where they inject it. So that's why they get catheters. They get like you can't feel it. And so the biggest thing, because my hand is broken. The biggest thing that they're saying is, hey, when you need to go take a shower, when you need to, put on lotion, use that hand. You need to use that muscle. It's gonna hurt, but the hurting shows that muscle is being. You got to remind it that it's there. It's the same thing, except it's the self-regulating organ. There is nothing that except for Kegels that's gonna regulate that organ. And Kegels, even
that's my shit. My shit.
Just know it is not. If you don't have an epidural, you're more likely to heal faster because you're quicker. You have a quicker grab on those muscles. You have a quicker way to access them. I'm
Are you fooling me?
Right. I'm really sick of that. That conversation there really pisses me off because oh yeah, she loose as shit. Like I didn't feel no walls. She probably was enjoying herself because that's what's supposed to happen. It's supposed to relax when they're enjoying her. It's just that's a thing.
Yeah.
And your dick is small. So coming from my TED talk. But yeah. Big cap.
Hoocha. Well, Anywho. Big cap, yeah. There we go. I'm gonna put that in big bowls on here. Big cap.
Huge.
Next one. This one's funny as hell to me. You could stop breathing from a thick girl right in your face. I forgot who told me this one. But I think they was trying to be funny, like trying to throw, a funny myth up in there.
If
But
you can't handle big girls, just say that.
just say that. If
Just
you can't
say
handle thick thighs, the ass,
say that,
just
because
say it.
they be lit. If you haven't done arm day in a long time,
Oh my God.
you can't lift me, baby.
Oh, baby. Yeah, but I think I've heard. I can't remember where I heard it from, and I think I've maybe heard it from another podcast. But there was they were discussing stuff that happened in the news related to sex, and one lady smothered her husband to death and didn't know. I'm like, how you?
How
That
you
didn't
not
even
know?
make sense.
He didn't tap you. He didn't like
Like, you didn't hear him taking his last breath. Like, what kind of damn shit was y'all doing?
right. What we're gonna stop doing is blaming the pussy for everything that goes wrong in this world.
That's what we finna stop doing. Yeah,
We're just gonna say that pussy killing people now. Like, come on, bro. Come on, bro.
making them possessive, making them die.
Right.
What?
Tap on that ass a couple times. Get her to move. This is your fault. I'm so sorry to the family if they hear this podcast. I'm so sorry. But you could have slapped that ass a couple of times. Be like, hey,
Something.
tap
Or
out.
a safe word, something.
Right. Like bite her clit. Like there are so many things you could
Get
have
up
done.
off me, bitch. Because I just clinched when you said that. I'm like, oh Lord. Yeah.
Hey, Lord. Like, come on.
Oh Lord.
No. If you
So stupid. Yeah. Oh Lord. Yeah, something.
If you haven't done arm day, just say that. Just say that. Lift that girl off. Men are stronger, right?
Something hell.
Right. Get that girl off.
She must have had a whole lot of ass to.
She must have.
But the thing is, how do you go about telling? How do you go about filing the police? I mean, not filing the police report. How you go about calling the cops and telling them what happened? I smothered.
I'm gonna imagine that was traumatic for her. She got up and was like, "Oh yeah."
She probably had the best nut of her life, and it's like, oh shit, babe, wake up! Oh God, I can only imagine.
That's depressing. Now that I'm really thinking about it, that is real life depressing. Can you imagine? No, I can't imagine.
It's crazy.
And he died in the pussy though.
But see, I don't know if that's considered a great way to die.
They gonna blame it on us anyway.
True. Now that's a fact. That's a fact.
Pussy anyway.
Next one, and this one has been debates for years, decades. Squirt is pee.
Okay, squirt is pee. Squirt is pee. There is 2 holes down there.
Yes.
For ejaculation. Well,
and you'd be surprised not a lot of people know that. Like, damn, did y'all not have health class?
No Child Left Behind.
Sorry, continue.
There are 2 holes for excretion, but there's only one tube. So that tube splits at those 2 holes to let out whatever. So it's impossible to eliminate waste while you are aroused. So it's not pee, so to say. It's not the mixture of the stuff from your kidneys and your appendix and all of that going down there with the pancreas. Like, it's not that, but it is the same fluid because it's coming from the same fluid place.
Yeah,
coming from the same bladder. It splits out, and one area pulls those toxins out, and that is what gives you pee. And then the other part just allows fluid to go through it. There's 2 holes. Yeah. So yes, in technical sense, it is pee.
It comes out the hole, the pee hole.
Same place. So it is without toxins. Odor or
odorless. Yeah. It's supposed to be odorless.
It's supposed to be. Nah.
Yeah.
Remember that first conversation we were having?
Yeah.
Water? So yeah, but yes, in technical terms, it is pee because it's coming from your bladder. It's all coming from the same place. It is strained differently based off the hole that's coming from. That other hole does not really get used unless you're stimulated. So yeah.
You just really educated me as well. Because I mean, I will hear certain things and I'll change my perspective on it. I'm like, oh, okay, well, is it pee? Is it not? What is it? And then I experienced it myself once while stimulating myself. Not gonna say with which toy, but so it's like, I'm like, well, damn, is it
I'm gonna
pee?
do a guess. I'm gonna do a guess.
Oh God, she going to the props.
Props. Is it
Oh Jesus Christ, she got it right. Yes, she got it right.
yeah, I'm telling y'all.
I mean, hey, that's the first time I've ever experienced it, and I'm like, oh shit! Like a man, I've never had a man make me squirt, and I want to experience that. It's just
they don't have the most men don't have the patience and hand and eye coordination to do that.
Yeah.
It's tragic. Nah, there are men who do, but not all men have the patience because they're self-gratifying for sex. But yes, technically it is pee. Technically,
yeah.
But it should not have any odor or color. Sometimes it's a little yellow, just a little bit.
Yeah,
because it's coming from the same place and it's going through the same tube. But no, it is not like urine. It's not eliminating any waste onto your face.
Yeah.
And/or.
Yeah. Now this is not a golden shower because that's completely different.
And that and it's I just want to make sure that it's the same for men too, except y'all just have one hole.
Yeah.
It's gonna be really hard. I don't want to say it's not possible, but it's going to be really hard for you to access that sensation like to pee when you are aroused. It's going to be really so hard because your body is immediately telling you don't pee.
Yeah.
So it's going to be hard. So if she peed on you,
you pee on me. Oh God, I'm sorry. That's one of my favorite lines from that movie. Next one, and this is one that Cardi B has said it, Lizzo has said it. I've heard this throughout my life. I've heard a man actually tell me this. Big girls have wetter pussies.
Yes.
Fact. One time for the big girls.
This is okay. First thing, this is diet again. The inside of your vagina is moisture. It's going to only be as moistured as you are. So if you are dehydrated, it's going to be a little dry up in there.
Little.
But because you have more folds and less space down there, the outside, when it does get wet, it stays wet. And so what people don't realize is the majority of the sensations for men and women is the skin to skin contact. It is not technically skin inside of your vagina. It's tissue, soft tissue. Outside of your vagina is where the outside I'm not saying that right.
I can't never say that damn word. I can't ever. I just say lips. Fuck it.
The outside lips is where the sensations, the big sensations are. So the wetter that and the less traction, like rubbing friction traction, the more stimulated it's going to be.
Libya? Is that it?
Is it Libya?
I could be wrong. Shit.
I feel like that's a country.
It probably is. My ass.
No, that's Liberia. We're right. It's Libya.
Okay. Yeah, I was right. Yeah.
Yeah. So because it's not. Have you ever had sex in front of a fan?
With my vagina facing the fan? No.
Drying up faster. You feel like
no.
It's the same thing. So the less space you have to contact air, the more it stays wet on the outside, and the outside is what gives you your most stimulation. So because big girls got stuff blocking the air from touching it, it stays wetter. It's just a thing. And then in contrast, well, not contrast, but and because of that, when it's wet on the outside, when it goes back in, it's even more wet. If that makes sense. Like it just does that.
All the confirmation I need.
Right. Big girls. Nah. Watch out for the big girls.
You know. So yeah. I definitely, like I said, I've heard heard it a lot of times. So yeah, I just knew it was fact.
Yeah,
No
I-
doubt about it.
but it's a fact. It's a circumstantial fact.
There you go.
Circumstantial. It's not
Scientifically,
based off science.
right. So the next one, um, this one's so funny to me, and I used to think this when I was a kid. If both a man and a woman wears a condom, you won't get pregnant.
You can always get pregnant. Anything. They can blow semen your way. You can get pregnant. Let's stop that. There are people who sat in the same fucking hot tub and got pregnant. It's a thing. You can get pregnant. Sperm is the devil. Okay? It's a parasite. I'm sorry. You can get pregnant. Now, will you enjoy a woman and a man condom at the same time? Probably not.
That sounds like a lot of friction.
That's a lot of friction.
A lot of.
I don't know if there are many lubricated female condoms on the other side.
I've never tried a female. I mean, I remember was it in health class or
probably health?
I think somebody got one from like a clinic or something, and we was just like, what the hell? Yeah, it was like, looked like a big ass balloon.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
And
I got a hilarious meme for this one. Basically, you remember Mean Girls when he was like, "Don't have sex because you will get pregnant and die." So it's just he's like, just don't do it. But then turn around and here, take some rubbers. The hell?
Yeah, that's fine. I don't have sex education anymore. That is.
I mean, yeah. All right, so we're getting down the list here. We got like two more left. We getting there. We getting there. Big lips on a woman means they have big pussy lips.
Cap. All right, so we're going back to science class.
Oh Lord.
There are no tellers to what anyone's genitalia are going to look like from looking at their face. Does that mean
exactly
we give you good head? Most likely. But there is no, and it's the same with men. You can't look at something on your body and tell, oh, they have to have
big hands or big feet. No.
Oh, the one I love. Oh, he carries himself, but he has big dick.
No.
Probably no. There's nothing external that's going to show you that. So let's kill those.
Look at them gray sweats, like I said.
She has big lips, though. She probably.
Yeah. Now that one, that's fact. Mm-hmm. But sometimes people prejudge and they find out it's not worth the damn. So yeah. So you can't just prejudge. Like I know some men that just look at the external part of women and think that because they have a big ass that they can fuck.
Or they'll see these bad bitches, right? And they, it's gonna be a good time. Boring as fuck. They are boring. They are
vanilla.
Boring.
Pillow princesses.
No physical markers that are going to tell you how your experience is going to be.
I talked about this in the first episode when it was big versus little. We talked about big dicks versus little dicks, big asses versus little asses. And basically, yeah, they're just men. I'm not going to say just men. Both genders in general will, just go based on physical and don't even like y'all be so disappointed and have your
disappointed.
Yeah, have your expectations so high on this person because of the way they look. You could have the best nut of your life with someone that probably ain't got much of titties, or you can't small hands or whatever, small lips. You never know.
Right. That's what I heard. If you have small hands, then you have a tight pussy or something like that.
I've never heard that one.
I'm telling you, we get every single walk of life into that bitch. It is crazy. Every single, where did you come up with that? Like,
where did you hear? Where did this come from?
Like,
God, yeah. Like I said, some of these I've never heard before, but it's like, wow, y'all seriously thought this?
Yes, yes.
And it's a shame some of these you had to wait till you became an adult to find out if it was true or not.
That, there are grown ass men walking around saying some of these, and it's just that grown ass women too. Like,
yeah.
I am so sick of some of those conversations online. I am not. Ooh, look at this video. I don't care. I don't care. I do not care because I refuse to let myself be triggered because people ain't got no goddamn common sense. No,
Right. So
I'm not. So yeah, that's one of them.
yeah. Now this one I definitely wanted to save for last because this one can be very lengthy of a explanation of whether we think it's fact or cap. But I honestly think we're going to gear towards cap on this one. Just if a woman masturbates too much, a guy can't get her off.
Cap, cap,
I knew
cap,
it.
cap.
Cap.
Look. Okay, so and this is what you're right about it being lengthy because as a sex guru, we call ourselves at the store. No, those who've been, if you know, you know, sex gurus. Big one here in Atlanta. Us sex gurus, we get a lot of tester products, right? I have 2 drawers full and a plastic basket full of toys. Most of them I've never touched.
Where you live again?
I'll see that JD. But most of them I've never touched before. But the biggest part of the sex guru's job, inventory sex guru, not all the sex gurus, but is that we test the toys to see, hey, are you going to actually get a sale here? Are you not going to get a sale here?
Okay.
So I have been through of amazing toys. So much so that the last guy I was talking to was intimidated. And I understand that. Now he's a really bad example because he's one of those people who have a dick but don't know how to use said dick.
Oh Lord.
It was so tragic. It was tragic. Because like, how dare you?
Such a disappointment.
It's just tragic. I done wasted a body on this. It's tragic. And
you know how sad that it like. You know how depressing that is.
I don't even. You know how hard it is to find a good ample size. Tragic. I wasted some muffs on that. My feelings were hurt. Because I kept thinking it would get better. Like, okay, this is the nervous phase. Okay, this is the your busy phase. It never got better. And then on top of it,
killing me.
You became annoying to me. Like if you everything you do now becomes annoying. Stop talking.
Everything.
Stop it. Do you know like that? Anyway, not the point. The point is he was intimidated because I work at a sex store and I have a lot of experience with how I know I have to come. That's the big thing. The big thing is that rumor came up because men don't want women to be able to know how they can come. Because that means I can tell you how you're fucking up. And that's always been a thing because women have never been able to be so sexually liberated. They haven't been able.
Interesting.
Haven't been able to explore themselves like that. So of course, there's gonna be a rumor that she's never gonna be able to come by other people. The guy after him makes me come every time. Every time. And
what's your excuse?
And he didn't have a big penis. Every time.
So that goes to show sometimes size does not matter because
every time. I miss him. Let me hold on.
So stupid.
But and they both are aware that I have drawers of these. They've seen the drawers. They've seen all of the things that I have, all of the things. And one went based off of that rumor and was like, hey, I'm never gonna be, you're not coming because you used all those toys and blah blah blah. And then the other is like, oh, okay, that's cool, but let me try this, and then when we're done, we can try that. So it's a misnomer. Men don't like women being sexually liberated because why do I need you?
Yeah, they don't like the competition.
Better than you.
Yeah, they don't like the competition.
I can. So yes, that is a cap. That is a big cap, and I'm doing that based off experience because I've tried a lot of these things. I've tried a lot.
Yeah, so I mean, it's something I've heard, and a lot of men are so strong-minded on it. Like, especially when that Rose came out, it was just
war against the Rose. War. Personally, I don't like the Rose, but
it's not. I will say when it first came out, it was a I hope I'm saying the word with fad, like where it was just like everybody was doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And when you try it for the first time, it becomes like addicting where you just keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing
Mm-hmm.
it. And that was something that I did. But after a while, I kind of slowed down on using it, just in general, like time in and everything, like not gonna sit in my bed all day and play with the rose. But over time, I noticed just myself, I just stopped using it. But I did hear a lot of women, I mean, a lot of men say that it was hard, like they had to put forth much more effort to help get their woman to come because
You should be doing that anyway.
like they had to work harder than normal.
Now you have to actually work.
Yeah.
You can't
So
be boring.
you can't be lazy. Yeah.
Whoa, new
Use
discovery.
them back tongue muscles or something. Get to stroking.
Right, like men are lazy. I saw a video. I saw a video of this girl making the guy go like,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know how much work that takes?
Like, so
Yo, if sex could be sex is an exercise. I just need the shit to show up on my Apple Watch so I can count my damn calories. These fucking jaw muscles.
I think you can make one.
Huh?
I think you can make it. We'll talk about that. Anyway.
Shit, because bitch, I'm telling you, I will add that shit. I ain't bullshitting.
Men are lazy. Men are lazy because sex was not about us in the beginning. Sex has always been about their gratification. So, God forbid we've gotten to a point where we're not going to lay there and be like, okay, go ahead. Nah, nigga, get off of me.
Exactly.
You can go. Please drive safely.
Exactly.
Okay, I got you. I'll leave.
You stay, I'll leave.
No, it's fine. It's cool.
Yeah.
Please go. And I think that because of that, because the women's toy industry has become a little bit more lucrative, because it used to, again, only be tailored around men. Because of that, it's like a direct war against toys. It is. Men feel like they are being attacked. And it's cat, because most of us, we use these because we're in between y'all's. At the end of the day, I know it's me.
Yeah.
Like, it can't kiss my neck and do it at the same time. So, get your weight up.
Yeah.
Start working out.
Is it right?
Not just leg days, not just arm days. You need to be able to lift me up.
Exactly.
So you don't die from my pussy. Girl.
Man, say that was a good list of myths.
Yeah.
That we had to run through because we're here to help you. We're here to, and we had Jourdan here with all the facts, all the scientifical, knowledge behind it. You came prepared, sis. I'm like, God, so
read through everything because that's the one thing I really do enjoy about working at the store. Is that I did get an opportunity not to just learn more about what I liked and what a lot of women like me like, but I get an opportunity to learn about stuff that I would have never experienced. I got to change. We threw parties at sex clubs and stuff like that. So just the opportunity to see that there's so many different kinks to try, and that if you're boring, you're boring, and that's not. So
yeah, like you said, just say that.
It's okay. If you just want to be boring, that's okay.
So let me ask this. What's a sexual fantasy of yours?
Oh, that's terrifying.
Oh my God.
Want to be tied up. You know the like kink stores? The porn where the girls are all like
I know what you're talking about.
I want that. I want to try that. I do. I'm not flexible though, so I don't know how many of them. I'm old now.
That is, yes, you want to have like one of those, what are those called? The sex wheel? Just
one of those.
Yeah. Oh, you have one?
I've been on.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, you got bitch, what is your address?
I was fully clothed. I was, but we had one at one of our parties, and I was like, well, fuck it. And it really is cool because, like, you really, like,
I
really,
told y'all she's free and open. Like she's
it
just
was really cool. It was cool.
and
They
I
were
love
like,
it.
take your top off. No.
No.
But yeah, this was a fun experience. Like it was really cool.
Wow. You know what's a sexual fantasy of mine? And you mentioned it at the beginning. I can't remember what we was discussing. I think we was talking about men don't like their ass played with, the gooch area.
Oh.
I would like to see because we based on the previous episode we had we don't kink shame. We took this kink test to see what percentage are
Kink is,
kink levels.
We do that
And
too.
mine is 100% Voyager, which is person,
Ooh!
a person that loves to watch. So
Okay.
sorry, I just sorry. It's but I would like to see, and it's become I don't know, this probably been around forever, but I'm just now hearing about it so much this year, and it's pegging.
Oh,
I would like to watch.
Okay.
Yes, that's why I said you have to watch stuff in order to know how to do it, or in order to but
That
I
is
mean
specifically yes.
yeah, and not saying I do or don't want to try it. You never know. I'm a free spirit. If I so I do want to watch it. I do want to see it happen, and just to see the experience. See it. So that is a sexual fantasy of mine.
I mean,
It may be weird to some people, but I want to see.
It's not weird. It is messy. I will say that it is a messy activity. I've never done it. Hold on, let me put that. I have never done it, but I have witnessed it because we hosted these sets. We didn't host it, but we do provide products and stuff for people hosting their own sex parties. And so that was we our population is LGBTQA. So that was something that I was able to witness. It can get
you said it's messy, but was it something enjoyable to watch, or was it like not your forte?
Well, not for me, no.
Yeah.
I was not aroused.
And see, I want to get to that level where I can see it for myself and be able to say,
maybe no, it was not arousing for me in any capacity, but I can see, it's a lure, and I do understand why it's done. It is a lot of prep work. And I don't think that the person who was experiencing it was a party. So I don't think they were prepared the way they should be prepared for the party. Yeah. And so that is why that experience was, debunked for me.
Yeah.
But it is something you definitely have to see to know.
Yeah.
Definitely have to see it.
Yeah. So the next question I have for you, I think you kind of touched based on it a little bit. You said this is why you love where you are as far as employment. But what made you want to work there?
I
know I can't say the name, but
yeah. We were fresh off the whole COVID thing. I worked in a different capacity, very structured capacity, a lot of rules to follow, can't show tattoos, all that stuff. And I was coming up on my, I want to say 20 something, it's the mid 20 birthdays. And I was like, I have not experienced a lot of life, like I've experienced life. I was raised religious. So, I experienced life, but not experience life. And so I was like, well, if I get accepted, I drove past it every day. If I get accepted, I get accepted. And they were like, yeah, we want you here. And then I stayed for 3 years. And it ended up being one of the better experiences working there. I learned more about interaction with people, about sales. It was really great to learn how sales trends go and, margins and all that stuff. That's the biggest part of being in the inventory area. But it was a fun experience. It was never a dull day at work, ever. It was never a dull day at work. Jesus. And yeah, I made a lot of experiences, a lot of friends in places like we had, again, can't name the place. We
Yeah.
had, a couple of celebrities come through. It was really interesting because, we're one of the larger ones. So it was very interesting to see what their kinks were and the things that they wanted,
Yeah.
how they wanted that explained to them and stuff. I've met quite a few people that were pretty awesome that I thought I would fangirl over, but when I met them in that capacity, it was like, oh,
Yeah. It's like, damn, okay.
okay, let's talk about that.
Right.
So it was a nice experience to be there and to be around, just like the experiences that come from it, like being able to host parties, being able to be at parties, being able to get samples, being able to just meet people within the community. It was a great experience. So I'm that's kind of how I got there. I was interested and was just like, okay, let's go. And I really got to work on my impulsivity. Yeah.
Interesting, because when I first met you, you were very, like I said, free, open. You came in there with a damn water bottle shaped like a dick. I was like, what the hell? You threw me off guard. I'm like, this dance class, you don't give a damn, and I love it. Yeah, and I love it. I love that about you. But I know some people, some people are very closed-minded when it comes to expressing sexuality. And I love when meet someone that's basically a split image of me when it comes to like, it's okay. God,
People have
it's life.
sex.
How the fuck you think you got here?
It's like a really taboo topic, but yes, people have sex. Like it happens sometimes. It's crazy, right? Yeah. Definitely, that has been one of the things that have been interesting working there, because some people are very interested on, just how everything operates, like,
Yeah.
oh, tell me about this, and does this toy actually work, and what about this? That is actually my favorite part. Explaining to people, like, for instance, when the rose first came out. Now, after a while, the rose was perfected, refined, but when it first came out, people really thought it was a suction toy. And I thought that was so interesting because it's not. It's an air pulsation toy.
Yeah.
And there's a vast difference. Suction is painful. There's no release button for, well, sometimes there's a release button, but it already is at this certain point where you're like, oh my God, oh my God. And then you press the release button. It's not comfortable at all.
Yeah.
But air pulse kind of creates a pocket and it just kind of pushes the air through it. So that's what the rose is. And it was just so interesting explaining that to people, because there were like 7 or 8 different air pulse toys that were cheaper than the rose at the time, and that were better for you if you already don't really know what your capacity with sex was to get, but everyone wanted the rose. And so that was the best part of it, was, either upselling or downselling a product based off of the conversations I'm having with the person. What is it you're looking for to experience? It's a great therapy tool, because we'll get clients come in with their boyfriends or girlfriends, and he's like, oh, I want the one that makes her come. Okay, so how does she come? What stimulates her? Does she like buzzing or does she like rumbling? Like what? There's so many
penetration.
What type of penetration? Like just like there's and so just to see how. There was one instance a girl didn't have the answer for that. He's like, oh, well, just get the one that makes her come. I'm like, well, I can get you all of the most expensive things in here.
Yeah.
And still could not come. And I was like, well, what makes you come? She had no answer. I was like, so he's finding out right there that he has never made her come.
Oh, shit.
Like, oops. So we can have a conversation about it. We can get you guys get into the right way. And so that's the best part. The best part is absolutely like, okay, let me teach you. Let me learn you something about your pussy now. And humbling some of these men. I loved it. That was so great. So you haven't made her come. Nah, she comes all the time. You don't know what you did. So I'm going to assume.
Men, they know if a woman has came or not.
Mm-hmm.
They should be able to know.
But if she doesn't know, then how could she?
You know what? True.
So that was one of the better parts of the job, is definitely like educating people about their bodies, about what should and should not be allowed and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
absolutely. Well, yeah, it's very interesting because, like I said, I have some people that I know that don't understand some of the basics, and it's like the fuck. But it's all about educating yourself. That's why they have me sometimes as friends. That's why they have the podcast. They have you have a lot of different resources now, so you really have no excuse. I feel like so.
And I always will tell people, I know it's uncomfortable because you don't want people to notice your car, but to go to a sex store, bro, even if it's not ours, but come to ours because best in the state.
Yeah, because that was my go-to before I got my own business. So
Best in the state.
Mm-hmm.
It's not as many as the other one. We all know what the other one is. They're everywhere, but they're not the best. We're the best in the state. I'm really trying to narrow this down for them.
Yeah.
But go into a sex store.
Yeah.
Just
ask questions.
Ask questions. Every sex. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, no. I was just going to basically say what you say in a nutshell. Ask questions because you never know the answer. And like you said, you basically just found out you don't know what makes her come. So you learn something new every day. It's okay to ask questions. It's okay to, it's God. It's just I wish people were more open to asking questions.
Just go.
Yeah.
Just go. It's okay. We don't bite hard.
Unless you ask. But we're going to go ahead and wrap things up. Did you have any questions for me?
Not that I think of. I think we talked about a lot today.
We did. We covered a lot. And I really do appreciate you coming through with all the factuals, and you narrowed it down a lot. You was schooling me a little bit. I mean, hey, I'm always open to learning new things regardless. Mm-hmm. So I really do appreciate you for coming on. I hope I can have you as a guest speaker in the future.
Anytime.
All right, y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and make sure you tune in on our Instagram and our Twitter /X, whatever the fuck it's called now. I don't know. But make sure you tune in, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.